Oh boy, I just got home from wherever I was at the Toyota dealership. I can finally make my game, publish the next update, and finally be done with the Sunday roasting shit. Why is my own Windows computer talking to me? I should really take my meds. Okay, anyway, what do you want, Windows? What do you mean there's a gender swap version of Chibi? What are you talking about? Okay, Sam Candles. Alright, seems normal enough. We gotta start executing. Yo ho, guys. What's up, yeah? So, in today's video, right, I really didn't want to make this, just so you know, but since it's gotten like to a certain point, I gotta make it, alright? So, when I was scrolling on YouTube, I found a channel by the name of Sam Candles, okay, the one that you saw before. And I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I thought he was a normal dude, okay? I thought he was a normal guy, you know, doing ASMR, doing game documentaries and stuff. And then randomly, out of nowhere, right, I went to her latest video. The first thing I see on the title is, in quotations, problematic media. And I had to do some digging, but turns out she had to make this because somebody in her Discord server actually leaked proof that she's a Lolicon enjoyer. Yo, Chibi, I found your new girlfriend. Anyways, so after that, she made like a couple of videos, right? I'm like a couple of weeks late, by the way. So yeah, so this is what we're gonna be checking out now, and I don't know how important it is to point this out, but when I was doing my research on her, right, I found like a couple of forums and threads like on Reddit and stuff that said, and I'm not shitting you, she's setting us back 200 years. I don't know what that meant, but after I looked that up, yeah, I see what they're talking about. They are setting them back 200 years ago. Without further ado, let's get started. Where's my 9mm? Alright, anyways, well, we'll get started with the first video. So, yeah, it's from her, alright, Sam Castle, I meant Candle, okay? So, without further ado, let's get started. Oh, by the way, just so you know, Sam, I'm not going light on you, okay? Even though you're, like, completely different, even though you're from a certain group, I'm not going light on you.
Disclaimer. This is a video about adult topics for adults. I will be mentioning not just the concept of lewd artwork as a whole.
Okay, so we're not even like 10 seconds in, and we already got a warning. Oh my god.
But things like pedophilia, as well as a few mentions of extreme violence. I have not censored any of my wording, so I expect you to act mature about it as well.
Ah yes, the editor version of me is really gonna like this one. Oh, fuck you, Sam.
And if you're squeamish about these things, or even worse, a child, get out of here. Go somewhere else.
This has to be Rage Bait, bro. There ain't no way she's talking about being immature and shit when she literally deletes comments off of her videos. No, I'm being for real about that, by the way, right? On her video, alright, the very same video that she is in, right? The video that I'm reviewing, basically, right? The top of her comments seem to be in support of her. You'll see why is in brackets. But when you sort the comments by new, you'll see a lot of comments actually disagreeing with her. And matter of fact, you'll actually see some SA victim survivors actually calling her out. And you want to know the reply that she gives to all of them? It's this. So, Sam, if you're watching this video, I don't think you have any grounds to say to not act childish when you literally can't take criticism. You're really much a hypocrite for this, alright? Like, fucking hell. Let's just continue, man. She's a hypocrite. We already got the first point out. She's a hypocrite.
What art should be allowed to exist? This is a question I've been asking myself since I was young, and now that I have my own answer to it, it's a question that has naturally come up a lot when I discuss art with others. When does a creative work cross the line into the wrong, the immoral, the societally unacceptable?
It's called the age of consent and common sense. Maybe try using that, you fucking retard.
While there are plenty of ways someone could answer this question, my personal stance is one that will definitely seem radical to many.
Well, since this is a personal opinion, I don't know if there's a wrong answer to this or not. Let's just see.
I simply believe there shouldn't be an arbitrary line.
Well, colored me surprised. You actually proved that a personal opinion can be wrong.
As someone who is very passionate about art and human freedoms, I feel it should be painfully obvious that systematic censorship based on vibes is a bad thing.
Bro, that's animated CP. What are we even talking about? And here's the thing, right? Here's the thing that I noticed, okay? They will never talk about actual censorship, okay? I'm gonna give you two examples of real censorship, okay? They might seem political, okay? What they are to some point. I'm just giving an example. I'm not actually gonna try to be political. For example, Trump censoring anti-Israel content, which, just for the record, I'm neutral, okay? I don't care about either sides, okay? I couldn't give less of a fuck, okay? But you never talk about that, okay? And that's the same case with the other guy that I talked about, TV Reviews. He only talks about the censorship that's for corn. I needed to find a word abbreviation for that, otherwise YouTube would take this video down. Anyways, second example, books in Russia, like having completely blacked out bars to comply with the local censorship laws because LGBTQ is banned over there. Why do y'all never talk about that? Why is there only these goon children material? I'm gonna let y'all answer that. Like, I actually answered that. I'm gonna give y'all a few seconds. There you go. These people never really cared about actual anti-censorship. They just want to goon to children. Like, fucking hell.
In my opinion, the only art that can be inherently immoral is art created through or with the intent of hurting another human being. But when you have this stance, it does ultimately end up leading to the defense of things a lot of people have very strong feelings about. Sometimes it can be something most people can agree upon, like the fact violent video games should be allowed to exist. Or it can be things that are a lot more contentious, like art depicting immoral sexual acts. I've seen it firsthand that a lot of people agree with me in regards to being anti-censorship and—
Oh. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people agree with you. Because with the people you disagree with, you delete their comments. So I don't know how to trust your word on that one.
for freedom in art until they realize how broad that scope really is. So let's get into the main topic at hand here. Lolicon is, bluntly put, a genre of artwork and fiction involving young, sometimes even prepubescent girls, particularly in suggestive or outright sexual scenarios.
Yeah, that's literally the whole problem. Otherwise, I have no problem, me personally, I have no problem with kids being in anime. I know someone's gonna clip that wrong. Anyways, like, I'm gonna give you all an example, okay? The Spy X Family. with Anya in it, right? I have no problem with Anya being in the anime. That's not the problem. The problem is the girl being sexualized.
In some contexts, the word can also be used to refer to someone who seeks out and enjoys these sort of works. And most importantly for the context of this video, it is possibly the singular most controversial type of art you can defend the existence of, especially in the context of the modern day internet.
And that's not without reason. People, get mad at other people, okay, for defending lolicon. Wanna know why? Let's say the girl in question that's being sexualized, quotation sexualized. Let's say in the story she's 1,000 years old, okay, because that's what the main argument that these lolicon people bring up is that, hey, her age is actually XYZ dad, okay? She has the autonomy, I don't know how to pronounce that word, with a child. Voice crack, with a child. How do you explain that? How do you defend that? Because yeah, it's not a child, but you're jacking it, in your words, jacking it to something that looks like a child. Don't you see anything wrong with that? Like, genuinely, do you not see anything wrong with that?
Now, I know what a lot of you are thinking. Probably something along the lines of course it should be controversial. It's sexualized minors.
I literally just said that. I don't think there's any voice crack. I don't think there's any excuse to have sexualized minors in any form of media for that. Anime, IRL, yes, there's IRL versions as well. I don't think there's any excuse for someone to have a body of a child to be sexualized. And if anyone thinks that way, then it should be perfectly fine for me to go to the country where they're from and run them over with my...
And, of course, considering how children cannot consent and the taboos of our culture, it does make sense how many, even most people, would come to this sort of conclusion. And obviously, I also don't blame anyone for being grossed out by the concept itself. But...
No. The fuck you mean but? There is no buts in here, bro. What are you talking about? If it's sexualized depictions of minors, it's bad. Full stop. Period. What the fuck you mean by but? There is no buts about this. Well, let's hear her out, I guess. Fuck me, bro. She's more unstable than a Linux install, bro.
Is it inherently immoral? Should it be censored? Should it be illegal? I don't think so. Explain why. Fiction is something powerful. With writing, drawings, with whatever sort of medium art takes on, we can realize fantastical things that would never be able to be expressed or realized through reality itself. But in the same way, we can explore things that are immoral, evil, and disgusting in real life through the power of fiction. And this is a good thing.
This is a good thing, yeah. Try telling that to the SA victim. No, we are cooked as a society if people think that's a good thing. No, we're genuinely cooked. Like, I'm speechless. I don't even know what to say. There's like a lot of things wrong with this. That's so wrong that you would make an average Arch install look like an easy, beginner-friendly OS. I'm being for real with y'all.
In 1997, the video game Postal came out. Unlike its much goofier sequel, it nearly plays its concept entirely straight. It is, in essence, a mass shooting simulator, presented like a twin-stick shooter. I can acknowledge that it's not a perfect game, and as far as I know, it was created to just intentionally stir up controversy. But regardless of its intent, I think it says something interesting about art and ourselves. Is it okay to enjoy a game about shooting up innocent people? Is it okay to make a game about shooting up innocent people? Well, yeah, it is. A fictional representation of a horrible, awful, immoral thing allows us to explore our darkest thoughts.
Well, that's a thing that we call false equivalency. Because you're comparing a gun game, right? You're comparing basically a mass shooter game, right? To animated CP, okay? The game that you're mentioning here, right? I don't know for sure. but I'm pretty sure it got sniped off of every single store there is, like PSN, Xbox Game Store, and the Nintendo Store as well. I don't know. But let's say for Fortnite, right? There's killing people over there as well. Why do you think that's not banned, but Lolicon is? Because guns don't have the same effect as corn. Okay? Because here's the thing, right? After we're done shooting, okay, we log off and we just don't think about it unless we play it again. Okay? We don't actually go shooting people. But with Lolicon, right, and you all know what's the side effect of corn in general, you get addicted to that. Okay? So you either these people, right, do two of these things, alright? That from my research, they do either two of these things. One, they go and seek real CP. Two, they go after real children. You got a defense for that. Until then, I must just assume that you're just false equivocating, bro. Like, a gun is not equal to animated CP. Like, come on. Like even a glue-eating 5-year-old would know that, bro. Come on.
Thoughts that should never be acted on in reality, which, through the power of art, can be realized in a context that doesn't have to hurt another human being. This is most apparent and most mainstream in things like uber-violent video games. But I believe the same sort of thing can apply to taboo pornography as well.
No, that doesn't work like that. Like, corn hits a different side of the dopamine as video games does. Like, let's say for example, right? I am a car guy, okay? I play Forza Horizon. Okay, let's say I play the new Forza Horizon 6. Okay? I drive like a guy on crack over on Forza Horizon, right? But in real life, I drive like every other people. Like, you know, stopping at red lights, going at the speed limit, not swerving in traffic. In Forza Horizon, I do the opposite of that. Okay? Because here's the thing. Some parts of dopamine is different from other parts. Okay? Forza Horizon hits this side of the brain, while the Lolicon hits the opposite side, basically the one that craves more. So both of these are not comparable, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. They're not comparable. Man, these fucking weeps. Alright, since this video is already coming to the 31-minute mark, I'm just gonna try and speed run the rest of the video, so yeah, enjoy!
Common retort against the idea of taboo pornography is that it's just that. It's just porn. It's not real art because it's made to titillate. And because it's made to titillate, and it's touching on or centered around immoral things, it, in of itself, is immoral. I have some really big problems with this particular line of reasoning. First of all, where do we even draw that line? Who decides what's just porn and what's important art? You could point at how it's marketed, or patterns in the things the artist chooses to make, but at the end of the day, it is all still art. If even one person finds value in a lolly dujin beyond just getting off to it, how can you say it is just worthless art that deserves to be erased?
Okay. Now she's calling animated CP art, bro. You cannot make this shit up, bro. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, right? Lolicon is an art, okay? As someone who's been making thumbnails, that's not art. That's called CP. It's not art, not by one bit, not by a milestone. If you were to ask an artist that is Lolicon art, I can guarantee you they will hate you. So yeah, it's not art. It's literally just CP. It is not art. What the fuck are you even talking about? Alright, so since this video is getting long, it's just 20 minutes, but it feels like it's been long. I'm gonna skip forward to the main argument of this video, of of this thing's video, okay? Yeah. It's because, right, she uploaded a short as well. So we're gonna be checking that out as well, so yeah.
But the thought of being attracted to the nature of a child is not a crime in of itself, and treating it like that is not only wrong, but, again, borderline fascist.
I'm sorry. I beg your finest pardon, mate. I was literally expecting anything else. I was expecting her to say Taurus. I was expecting her to call us pedophiles. But fascist? Y'all serious? Like, do you even hear yourself? Nah, Jet tripping. Nah, that's just career suicide. That's career suicide, bro. Nah. Just, you know what? Fuck it, bro. I'll just skip to the short, bro. Nah, I'm done with the video, bro. What the fuck? So, basically, right? After all the backlash that happened, right? And understandably so. I mean, you're literally defending CP, like animated CP. She made a response video in YT short. So yeah, that's what we're going to be checking out. That's what I was referring to when I said the short. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started.
Hey.
Bye. Fine, I'll complete the short. This is already giving me brain damage.
I guess I'll actually address it. On the 17th, I uploaded a video titled Lolicon Censorship and Ethics in Art.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you, that video was the most big mistake you could have ever made. Like literally, like if you were to like just make a video addressing the allegations about being a lolicon enjoyer, apologizing about it, and moving on from it, you wouldn't have gotten that much death threats. You would get death threats, yes, but it would be way less than you defending that shit, okay? And understandably so. I mean, you're defending the animated CP. And I'm not gonna say to like, you know, go attack or anything, but Sam, if you make a video defending animated CP, you kind of expect to get those type of comments. And that's justified. Now, am I gonna sit here and say that what the attackers did was right? No. I don't think you should go out your way of sending death threats. Wink wink. But it's also on the fault of Sam as well, because you're defending animated CP. Like, come on, what do you expect? I believe, right? This whole situation could have been handled better. I believe, right? If she were to make like an apology video instead of trying to defend it, I bet you a lot more people would have actually appreciated that IMO, in my opinion. So, yeah.
Art, where I go over my personal opinion that we shouldn't censor art which engages in certain taboos, including, yes, sexualized depictions of fictional children.
Fictional children. They're still children. I don't think there's an excuse for this, okay? It don't matter if it's fictional. Like I literally made like 3 videos in total about this, but I'm gonna say it again. Fiction affects reality. Like, I'm gonna give y'all 2 examples, okay? 2, matter of fact, 4 examples. 2 car guy examples and 2 anime, okay? Example 1. Let's say you're a Ford representative, okay? You work for Ford and you saw the success of the Mitsubishi Pajero in India, okay? So what do you decide to do? You decide, maybe we should make our own ladder-on frame SUV based on our trucks. Yo Jerry! Yo Jerry! Yeah, could you make a ladder-on frame SUV please, based off our trucks? And that's how the Ford Endeavor was born. Yes, the whole car is different. The whole chassis is different, the whole platform is different, the engine is different, the brand is different, everything is different. But it all came from the Mitsubishi Pajero. But then the Toyota Fortuner came, and we all know what happened to Ford after that. And now another example. Okay? The Lamborghini Huracan sharing the same engine with the Audi R8. Sure, they're different cars. The engines are tuned differently. They have different transmission. But at the end of the day, they have the same engine. And now, I'll get on to the anime part, okay? You remember those buff men in those bodybuilding animes? They take inspiration from real life bodybuilders and athletes. Now tell me, what do Lolicon base their art pick on? You get what I'm trying to say, right? So this whole fiction isn't reality thing. It's just bullshit. Okay, and they think you're too retarded for you to realize that.
I stressed really hard in that video over and over what the difference is between this sort of content and actual child sexual abuse material.
It's literally the same difference as the Lamborghini Huracan's engine and the Audi R8 engine. Literally none.
But I guess it isn't enough. I've received so many death threats, accusations of being a predator, kink shaming for things I did not say in the video, and a million comments in the vein of, "You're setting us back 200 years.
See, I knew there was the 200-year thing. I knew it. And also, just for the record, I don't have any empathy for you. Like, you literally defended animated CP. Like, I don't have any empathy for you. You kind of deserved all of that. You're kind of asking for trouble. Let's all be honest.
All I wanted to do was defend artistic expression. Yes, that artistic expression includes things that are a bit taboo. But it's only ever been about art.
Only ever been about art, you say? Okay, here's an image of me doing a burnout on Chibi Reviews' dead brother's grave. It's just art, it's just AI. Like, do you realize how stupid that sounds? Like, are you mentally retarded?
I never want to see anyone get hurt.
Oh yeah, Lolicon hurts children. Bet you didn't think about them, huh?
I just want to defend everyone's ability to express themselves.
That's not the right way of doing it. There's a thing called freedom of expression with reasonable restrictions. You cross that border like with Lolicons, okay? So don't even try that shit.
And yeah, that includes myself, but also many other people just like me. But yeah, I can see what I mean.
Wait, is he quitting? Oh my god. Victory!
Sing with now, sing for the year, sing for the laugh and sing for the tear. Sing with now, just for today, maybe tomorrow, good love will take you away. Sing with now, sing for the year, sing for the laugh and sing for the tear. Sing with now, just for today, maybe tomorrow, the good love will take you away.
If I'm making all of you unhappy being here, I get it. With all of that in mind, in the coming weeks, I will be leaving Instagram and TikTok for good.
Wait, what?
None of you on these particular platforms seem to want me around.
I wonder why.
So, I'll stop being around. I got the message. If you're one of the people who actually wants to continue seeing things from me, I'll still be on YouTube.
Oh no, the Ring of Terror hasn't ended. Wait a second, is he still on YouTube? Is he gonna see this video? Yo, Sam, if you're watching this, a personal fuck you from me, man.
YouTube is what I've always been truly passionate about anyways, and it's a lot easier to moderate comments from people trying to threaten me over there.
Okay, I do see her point, right? I would move to another platform as well if somebody were to threaten me. But here's the thing with YouTube. YouTube does not hide those comments. They just put them under spam. So if you were to sort the comments by new, you would still see the threads. So yeah, it's counterproductive.
If you're still with me after all of this, go subscribe. I could really use the support. I will also be on my Blue Sky account.
I'm not even surprised he's on Blue Sky. To be honest with you, I expect these type of people to be on Blue Sky. Let's all be honest. People who love Lolicon and are predators would be on Blue Sky. Let's all be honest.
This account was actually supposed to be disconnected from my other stuff, but because my serial harassers have made it into public information.
Okay, so I had to look up what a serial harasser is. It's basically someone that goes after someone repeatedly. I mean, if your account is public, then I don't think that's really a dox.
I guess everyone knows about it now, so whatever. If you're an adult, follow me.
Okay, again, I don't know how many times I've said this, but I'm not surprised he has Blue Sky. What's next? He has a fantasy or something?
Me. If not, then fuck off.
Fuck off. Ha! Yeah, you'd wish, you fucking pret.
This account is not intended to be for kids, even though it's safe for work in of itself. Finally, I love you.
Huh? What? Whoa, hey, chill. We haven't even reached that stage yet.
I love all of you. I love all the freaks and weirdos that have supported me.
First off, thank God C isn't talking about me. I would have genuinely killed myself. Second of all, what do you mean all the freaks and weirdos? What do you mean you love them? Like, bro, do you realize how that sounds?
I even have love for those that are trying to ruin me.
Just say you have a self-degrading kink at this point. What the fuck? I have never heard someone say that with their fool's chest, bro. What the fuck? Wait, should I be concerned?
Because you're all people at the end of the day. And if it isn't obvious, I love people.
Okay, spare me the sad act, bro. Where's the apology, man?
Please, have an amazing day and stay safe, okay? I'll see you around.
Bye, and please never come back. Okay, so after that video, okay, she went radio silent on the whole situation. No apologies, no nothing. She didn't even address, well, she did address the hate she's getting, but she did not apologize at all. You can't make this shit up, bro. So, yeah, my conclusion with that, with Sam Candles, alright? She's a predator, okay? Everyone who likes lolicons and gets off to it, or just thinks that it's an acceptable media, they all gonna turn out to be predators. I can just guarantee you that. In the future, when she becomes a predator, if she gets exposed to be a predator, you'll remember my video, guys. Alright, well, I guess I'm gonna sign out right here. Till then, thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Till then, take care, y'all. Now, if you excuse me, I gotta go take Fent because I need to forget about this shit.